Welcome to SOMA Academy. I'm Syed Malim, and today I'm going to show you how to use the quotient rule when finding the derivative of two functions. Before we get started, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. The quotient rule is used when you have a function divided by another function. So in this case, we have f of x divided by g of x. So the rule is you take the derivative of the first function, f prime of x, then multiply with the second function, keeping it constant, and then subtract that from, this time, keep the first function constant, and then multiply by the derivative of the second function. Then divide all of that by the square of the function in the denominator. Okay? So let me repeat this one more time. You take the derivative of the first function, keep the second function the same, then subtract that from, this time keep the first function constant, and then multiply that with the derivative of the second function. And you divide all of that by the square of the function in the denominator. Let us say we have the example f of x divided by g of x is equal to e to the power of x divided by x squared. So in this case, our f of x is e to the power of x. Our g of x is x squared. So we have to use the formula. Let me use a different color. So we said f prime of x multiplied by g of x. I'm not taking its derivative. Subtract that from, keep the first function the same, multiplied by the derivative of the second function, all of that divided by g of x, which is the function of the denominator, square. Okay, so from here, what do we get? What is the derivative of e of x? The derivative of e of x is just e of x multiplied by the first function, the second function I mean, which is x squared, minus, keep the first function the same, so it is just e of x times the derivative of x squared. So the derivative of x squared is you bring the constant down, that is 2, times, reduce the power by 1. So 2 minus 1 is just x. So divide all of that divided by the function in the denominator is x squared. So when you square that, what do you get? You just x squared times x squared, which is equal to, you add the powers, that will give you x to the power of 4. So if I clean this up, what I have is, you will have x squared e to the power of x minus 2x e to the power of x divided by x to the power of 4. And that will be your final answer. You can factorize the like terms together and say here, you can simplify this further because they could be a common factor. So from here, what I can do is that what is common between these is x e to the power of x is common. So when I factor that out here, I will have just x minus, this will be 2. Okay, the top will be like that. So the bottom will be x to the power of 4. So I can cancel one x here, which leaves this with x cubed. So my final answer will be e to the power of x. Let me use a different color. My final answer will be e to the power of x minus 2, all of that divided by x cubed. Okay, so as long as you know the formula, then it is straightforward. So let me summarize one more time. You take the derivative of the first function, multiply by the second function, subtract that from first function without taking its derivative, multiplied by the derivative of the second function, and all of that divided by the square of the function in the denominator. If you found this video helpful, please do not forget to subscribe. Until then, happy learning.